want real results, not more noise. Join Emanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt the shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
Welcome to this edition of Marketing in the Age of AI. Emanuel Rose here, and I've in the last few weeks I've had a number of entrepreneurs or newly minted entrepreneurs approach me and ask me for direction and help and wanting to have kind of a do-it-yourself marketing campaign. And I after 35 years of doing this, it's very challenging to just give somebody, hey, this is what you need to do if you're going to write a book, and then you want to promote it. So I've been thinking a lot about back to the fundamentals of what is good marketing. How do you get there? And so that's what this show is going to be about, is just going back and saying, we got a lot of tools. We got lots of cool stuff we can do now. Of course, we've got access to AI agents and AI software of all shapes and sizes. But the fundamental remains that if you're going to generate a campaign, you need to start with a campaign vision document and build out just the fundamentals of who, what, why, where, when, how much, how come. Have those things committed to paper or committed to a file. Write them down, and that does a number of things. It helps to clarify and gets everybody on the same page. If you're working with a small team or even by yourself, you're going to need to bring other people in, and in that case, you want to have some clear direction for them. So this foundational campaign document is a critical activity, and is really a step one. For instance, a new author who wrote a downloadable ebook, and I just said, well, who's going to buy this? And it's one of those, well, everybody needs this kind of answer. And it's way too broad and general, and it's incomplete thinking. So after you develop that campaign document, then you start to look and say, well, what's my brand? And you want to build some kind of a brand document. And that is, who you are, what you stand for. And the beauty of these documents is that you can ask the LLM of your choice to help walk you through the process of developing it. So you don't have to be classically trained Wharton School of Business educated marketer to develop some pretty sophisticated documents, but they are critical. So you have a brand book, and in this case of the newly minted author, it would, you'd build something that would talk about who you are, what your credentials are, how you like to approach conversations with people, the outcomes you're hoping to produce, those sorts of things, so that you're with the brand book, you're establishing tone and then some creative specifications also, because if you hire somebody to build a website, for instance, you're going to want to have them know where to start, what colors to use, what fonts you like, those sorts of things. Next up would be the some kind of a marketing brief, which would be starting to identify the platforms and processes by which you're going to reach out to people, timelines, what assets you already have, what assets you need to create, those types of things. If you're starting from zero, you've got to have a website. You got to have social that's aligned with your brand, social accounts. But you also got to go back to your personal social media accounts and update and modify those so that they're on point with the new project that you're in, and things like LinkedIn and Instagram and those sorts of things, so that so everything's aligned in the same direction. Um, and then after that would be generating a good amount of research on who your ideal client profile, what that looks like, and it could be 2, 3, 4, 5 different ICPs, but you want to know who those people are, what their pain points are, what they're looking to achieve, what kind of search terms they use, um, and then be clear that you're going to create and modify the campaign to be customized to each ICP. So you're really running multiple campaigns inside of this big campaign, because you've got to customize content and sales funnel to each of the ICPs. And this is something that as a new entrepreneur, even some young marketing people or young in their career, they'll often skip this step, which means that you're talking to everybody instead of to your ICP. And we know that marketing to everybody is not the most effective and is not going to ROI the best. And then we need to do some competition research and understand where we fit in the marketplace and how our offers need to be priced, need to be promoted. What are the messaging gaps? What are people not satisfied with the current offers that are out in the marketplace? So that's really the kind of the foundational planning stage of a marketing process. After that, then we look at content creation, which is really, for me, it's the most fun. I love it. I think it's a fun process to take blank and turn it into colorful stories. And this type of interaction that we're having right now on a podcast is really the best kind of content creation, I think, in this time. It's relatively straightforward to produce, and from an MP4, we're able to, or a video file, we're able to talk about whatever is important in terms of the content that we want to create. But then it's also easy to take this and now edit this in forms that then can go out into the rest of the web osphere. Things like creating a YouTube channel and then putting this on YouTube, and then creating shorts that go on YouTube and Instagram, using some of it for the underlayments of ads, video ads, and then using it as base material for a landing page or a web page, and then blog posts and social posts. So the video podcast is really the kind of the microwave version of content creation, and it is very, very effective. And so we have all those things inside content creation, email marketing, ads, both Google and social media ads. And then we also need to see where we can spin up the AI agents and where they can support us. And so that might be in outreach, it might be in managing some of the questions that come up from people, and it might be customer service and sales. So that, and then we also need to do a deep dive into our strategy of SEO, AEO, GEO, the optimization of content for humans and the optimization of content for Google and then also for the other LLMs. So we have we're being found, we're being recommended, we're part of the answer environment. So we need to do that research and then also build a strategy around how we're going to optimize content. After we get all that done, then we get to release the content. We get to do the outreach, and then we're monitoring KPIs and our key performance indicators: opens, clicks, likes, reviews, landing on landing pages, and ultimately sales, then abandoned carts and all those sorts of things, and adjusting our advertising and our marketing and our messaging and our time of day and another 5,000 variables that help to make every activity that we're involved in and the money that we're spending the most effective as possible. So this is what a campaign process looks like from stem to stern by experienced marketing people and teams. And I would hope that as there are newly minted entrepreneurs, that you hear this process, this framework, and get some help from somebody like myself who's been doing this for a long time, and find ways to optimize what you're doing, learn along the way, but to do good marketing and to have success with that. Well, I hope you have gotten some value from this episode today. I think it's good always to go back to the fundamentals, and this is the book that I'm working on now is outlining this process and how we are able to augment and update marketing now with not just the LLMs and AI software, but also with the variety of tools that we have access to, and that we're able to create, produce, post, and report in a much more efficient way. But these 3 phases of planning, creating, distributing, those things are the fundamentals. And then that we're always looking for one human. We're talking to one human. We're producing offers for one human. So this is Emanuel Rose, Marketing in the Age of AI.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time.